So, you join me in the inspection pit with my S10 Blazer. And I don't know if you can guess what I'll have to do up underneath here, but that is a hint. Right up there. And there. And further. Because the frame is supposed to look like that. Well, not exactly like that, because that's rusted as well. Just not as bad, because that side is missing an entire piece. Which means I'll have to fix it. Now, there's a lot of surface rust up underneath here, because, well, this is Norway, and it snows, and they use that stupid-ass road salt everywhere. Which just ruined cars. There's no excuse for it. It's just completely ruining them. And this is particularly bad because this is a 93. It's 4 years old? And it's rusted as hell. Now if you turn around, there is my 63 Fairlane, which is 30 years older than Chevy again, and, well, this has been fixed. We have welded up all the rust on this. But it wasn't as bad. I mean, I had to replace these strengthening beams in the floor that holds the seats. Seats bolted in these, and the floorboards on either side. I had to replace those as well, because they were, well, if you've seen the earlier video of this thing, there was a giant hole right around here. So I had to work up a little bit on the firewall on both sides and fix the floorboards on either side, plus the strengthening beam on that side, both top firewall on the edges underneath the front fenders. I had to fix up that. But other than that, this thing was fine. Now, most of the reason that floorboards rusted out was that it has a leak on the brake master cylinder, where it just leaks all the brake fluid down into the floor, and it went into the carpet, and, well, brake fluid attracts water, so it rusted. But back to the car in question, or truck, or whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't call it a truck, this is more an SUV. I will have to fix that frame rail. Now, I went through the scrap metal pile and I found this, which actually is long enough for that whole piece, and it's a bit thicker, so it'll be stronger, I'm guessing. And it's a bit wider, so I'll just have to cut it down to size and make it fit and make it look good, because you're not really allowed to touch the frame here. So I'll have to fix that and then see if maybe I can get it registered and have something that uses a little bit less gas than the Aspen does. Because that drinks. I mean, an alcoholic drinks less than that car does. That's at a party. Now, funny story is, I'm looking up there. You can see that's a bit bent up there, where the tow hook would go. That's because I had to get some test drive plates on this to haul a Volvo 740 to the scrapyard, because the people that were supposed to do it couldn't, and I got really tired of it sitting in my way, so I took the trailer hitch off of the Volvo and I modified it. I had to shorten it in about 4 inches and make it fit to the Chevy. I bolted it on up there. It was all fine. I came to a speed bump down just a couple of, it was not really far away from the scrapyard, and it was a really tall one. So the Chevy came over first, went down, stood like that, and the trailer came after with a really big angle, and it just folded the friggin' bracket that's on the trailer hitch. It just folded it straight down, so the trailer hitch was just dragging the ground. Luckily, I got the car off the trailer when I got there, and was able to pull the trailer empty back home without any problem. But that is a really disappointing trailer hitch. And it didn't even snap where I welded it back together. In either of those two places I welded it back together. It's there on that bracket. Now, anyway, this has a tiny little exhaust leak up here because this clamp just doesn't want to hold it. And it has a weird clunk in the front suspension. I can't figure out what the hell that is. It just doesn't want to show me anything. Now, I've gone over the front suspension 5 times, and the only thing I found was the first time, that was the lower ball joint on the driver's side has gone completely. So I replaced that, and there's still a clunk, but it's only when the car is leaning to, well, one or the other side, and I'm turning. Then it's sort of like it's shifting the weight onto something that moves. But no matter what you try to pry around on that front suspension with, you can't find a knock, or a clunk, or anything. There's nothing loose up there. Not the shock absorbers, no joints, no bushings, nothing. And I've tried pretty much every damn thing in the front end there, and I can't find what that knock is. I'm starting to maybe suspect might be drivetrain related. So there's a mount somewhere, or maybe the transmission mount or engine mount that doesn't work anymore, like it's worn out. Might be. And I just see now that this thing has torsion rods on the front. I can maybe check that later. I'll have to turn it around anyway, because it has an exhaust leak on the passenger side. Just out of the manifold. I'll have to fix that later. So I'll maybe check out all of those things when I do that. Anyway, I gotta get back to work on that frame, see if I can actually fix it. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this and other projects related and just stupid things to do with the car. This thing might actually go off-road when that snow goes away. And you will get to see that if you watch this channel and look out for it. Now, the snow isn't going to go away for a long time yet, but when it does, this thing will most likely go through some really muddy places, because that is fun, especially with an old junker like this. So, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, whatever it is, if you want to. I'm not going to ask you to. So yeah, I'll be back later.